It's a 5 with 5, 5 with 5, and you already know this.
I'm doing the Munich game. I actually feel your favourites as well. I think you'll win. I think you'll beat them. I just think that the way you guys are at the moment, I just don't see. You got to keep Kane quiet. Keep Kane quiet and Musiala. If you can do that, then you've got a really good chance. I think that the big thing for Kane, obviously, it's the last chance saloon for him to win a trophy this year, but also it's what an opportunity for him, by the way, to put one over on Arsenal. Yeah. I mean, imagine Kane comes to the Emirates and bags a brace or something and bangs you 2-0 or something. Oh my God. The Spurs faithful will be all over it.
We just got to beat him, but I say we need to beat him by 2 goals because we need to take advantage, man. We really do. And I got the feeling it's going to be an emotional night. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there for post-match interviews as well. I'm even almost crying thinking about it, bro. Like I spent some time, as I told you the other day, I was with Toni Kross and I did what I did, and I asked him. I said, "What were your thoughts on Arsenal this season?" He just said, "We look solid. We look like a really good team." He's watching from Madrid, and he said he expects us to really give Munich a difficult time. Obviously, Munich's his former team, but he really expects us to give them a difficult time.
You should have asked him about Odegaard. I think that's an interesting point because he obviously saw him at Madrid. Shout out Toni Kroos. He's coming on soon, right? But I would be interested to find out, and we'll ask him when we get him on, but about Odegaard, because the Arsenal faithful love him. Obviously, he's their captain, but he's getting big shouts now as to being like, where is he in terms of the top midfielders in the country at the moment in the Premier League? So, well, as an Arsenal fan who watches most of their games, what are you saying, Joel? Where is he?
For me, I was talking about it with a friend yesterday. Like, I can't believe this guy's at our club. Because I'll be honest with you, when we got him, we were down in it. And when you look at the player we have, that's a guy that could go for 100, 110, 120 million. I think in his position, you've probably only got Kevin De Bruyne that's better than him at the moment, if I'm honest. That's how much I rate him. And I remember at the start of the season, when he first became captain, last season, and you weren't 100% sure. Do you remember when you were 100% sure? And I told you that, look, this guy's got the bollocks, man. He leads in his own way. And honestly, we're all singing from the same hymn sheet, man. A lot of that goes down to Mikel, but Odegaard.
For context, what I said is that he got the armband, and we'll see how he responds to it. Either he'll embrace it or he won't, and he's embraced it. And he's done it.
He's not trying to go viral this week. Yeah.
No. I think you have to. I think when some people, Harry Maguire got the captaincy, it didn't go rosily well for him, did it? It didn't improve him as a player. Do you know I mean there are some occasions where the armband can weigh heavy, but I think for him it's different. Also, Man United, the size of the club's very different, so it's different weight of club on your shoulders when it happens like that. But
do you know what Tony said? He goes, the player he mentioned Phil Foden, funnily enough.
Well, I was going to say that you can't disregard Phil Foden in that comment when you're talking best in that position.
Yeah, I asked him about it, and he was just like, "This is what I thought." Really quickly, he said, "Wow, yeah, he's good, man." But it's almost like, you see, when I talk to you about some players, you rate them, but you know one thing you've always said to me, Rio, is, and he didn't say this about Foden, by the way, I'm clarifying, but you get the feeling that they think there's still levels. Do you get where I'm coming from? He didn't say this. This is just what I took from it and whatnot, but it's like he was just like, yeah, he's really good, man. Jack Grealish.
Yeah, you're not having him.
Pardon?
You're not having him.
No, don't do that. This is
what you said the other day in the group. Say what you said. Say what you said.
Ladies and gentlemen, for you guys watching, just so you know, we were having like mad back and forths in a group chat the other day, and I was basically saying the woman that was commentating on TNT Sports, I forgot her name, but
Lucy.
What'd you say?
Lucy.
She was saying that Grealish is like, he controls the tempo of City, and then I said, she's wrong there, because to me that's Rodri. Do you see what I mean? And then you said to an extent he does, like in the way where he slows down the game and stuff. I said, yeah, he does. But
what group was you chatting in?
It was me, you, Flex, and
Anton and Jake.
And Jack's group. So, but saying that, then after that, Jack Grealish all of a sudden goes and gets involved in the next 2 goals. And even though I'm right, I look a bit wrong. but I still stand with what I said.
No, your comment was, Rio, that lady commenting was talking pure waffle. She said Grealish is the key to how City play. He dictates the tempo for them. I said, he does to a certain extent in terms of slowing it down and bringing teams down to his pace. And then him or others, KDB's, Foden's, Silva, etc., speed it up when it gets to them. Like, changing the pace. I think that's the key point. The key wording is changing at the pace. Like, the game can be frantic, then all of a sudden it comes to Grealish, he slows it down, and sometimes when that happens, the purpose of doing that is for the other team who have been flying around like this, all amped up, and then all of a sudden they see it against someone else, he takes a few seconds on the ball, and they go, the moment they do that, bang, you go again and speed it up and change the rhythm of the game. And that's how sometimes you catch teams, yeah? So that's why I say the importance of Jack Grealish, sometimes it isn't about what we expect from a winger all the time. In other teams, the winger gets the ball and his sole purpose is to take on the fullback or to expose the fullback and just get a yard and cross the ball. Whereas the requirements for Grealish in the Man City team, the way a bit like Haaland, the requirements for certain individuals in their team is the remit is very different to what you'd get from other teams and what their expectations are from the other managers. Pep has different asks of his players from other people. And it's not, unfortunately, sometimes it's not as pleasing on the eye for some people, or not what the general public want. But it seems to be getting the job done.
I think he's wicked, by the way. It's just, I just didn't agree with what she said. I think you were actually right with what you said. I just think it was just bad timing because of his performance. And if we carry on with the group chat.
It's only because they're scoring goals that you look right. But you're not right. I'm telling you, he does not control the pace of the game. Like, he doesn't. Like, he'll draw a man in, you know what I mean? He'll bring a man through. But what she was saying originally is that he controls the tempo of the game. He doesn't control the tempo of the game. Rodri does. But he's having a good game. I'll give him that.
What did I say, Nick? What happened after that? He set up the goal.
KDB putting the world on notice.
Oh, he set up the goal, bro. Like, but I don't know. Listen, I just think Grealish, he because he's a wide man, the expectation is for him, he's got to dribble and beat people because you see the Garnachos do it or you see Doku come in now do it and he's just got to beat people. His reasoning for him to be there isn't just about trying to beat people. There's other reasons why he's there. Draw people to him, draw numbers to him to create space somewhere else. He needs runners. That's the one thing I say with Jack. He needs people running off him to create that space, like he did for the Haaland goal.
Yeah, great performance. Steve,
you want to stay silent on the City piece? Look at him; he don't even speak.
Honestly,
what Joe was gonna say? Why is everyone being so like wet? Oh, didn't he do well about Jack Grealish? He's a fucking £100 million player. Have some fucking standards, lads. You know what I mean? This is the minimum I expect from a £100 million player. Is that he's able to maybe dictate the play a little bit or contribute some goals. Yeah, like what Raheem would say, he's fucking meant to. So how about that?
That's a great.
What I will say is, we spoke it into existence, or maybe not. Maybe there was a little bit more hard work behind the scenes going on. But Bayer Leverkusen are doing an absolute madness. They might, you lot fluffed a trophy, undefeated, even though you lost 6 times that season. Bayer Leverkusen are about to do an actual invincible season where they don't lose in any competition. That's something you lot can't fathom because you lost
the real one.
Twice,
the real one.
They are going to win. Like, the only thing that's slowing it down is that it's a Europa League, which on some levels can be harder to deal with than a Champions League. They might win the Europa League. They're now in the final of the German Cup, I believe. And unless they take their eye off the ball, they are winning Bundesliga. Right?
Listen, massive shout out to Alonso. Like, massive shout out to. We dropped a video, a Retro 5 video on Saturday where Steven Gerrard had old school, but he had nothing but positive words to say about Alonso. He is a legend. He really is.
I think he does. He's a better player and manager than he ever was.
Let me ask you now, if you were to pick Rio and Steve, if you were to pick players of the season. Now, let's start off with English players. Who you've obviously got Harry Kane, Ollie Watkins, Cole Palmer. Foden for you.
Good shout. I think there's a good shout for someone like Cole Palmer. I think there's a really good shout for Ollie Watkins, whose goal involvements are off the charts as well.
18 goals.
Wait,
10
just
assists.
in the Premier League?
I mean, if you say worldwide, it's Jude Bellingham. We know that. But in the Premier League, in the Prem, yeah.
Declan Rice.
Why English only?
What's
I got to do with anything?
Pardon?
Why English only? What's that got to do with anything?
Oh, it's just separate questions, mate. Just we're starting because obviously
cat.
we've had a lot of chat about English players, for example, Saka, Foden, whatever. We can open it up in a second, but English players
Bowen,
only at the second.
Watkins.
Bowen, yeah. Watkins has been. I think Watkins is a great shout. Not fashionable in terms of the names we're talking, but with the Palmers and the Fodens, etc. But man, he's what he's doing there under Unai Emery has been like crazy. Yeah. Assists, goals.
It is a shout. Is a name I hadn't heard a single person mention. He's doing a bit of a madness. Solanke.
Yeah. We were in for him at one point. I just don't know what it is. I think sometimes I just think it's because he's playing for Bournemouth.
Did he want to play in a better atmosphere stadium? Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah, but he's always been talked about as great potential. I mean, Jody Morris used to be the youth team manager, and Joe Edwards used to be the youth team manager at Chelsea. And speaking to them both, like they would potentially, he was going to look to be better than Tammy Abraham. But Tammy's gone on and flown and stuff. And Solanke's now having his second wind. So I don't think there's any surprises at Chelsea, the people that were there, as to seeing what he's doing, because potentially they always said he had it in him. He broke all the records as a kid scoring goals at Chelsea.
Really? Oh, wow. So, yeah, no, I honestly, massive respect for him. And I know that he's probably one that's somewhere on our list. As
one name, player of the year. If you go now, who'd you go? Player of the year.
Player of the year. It's a tough one. I was having this chat yesterday with PK. I think
one name. No talk. Just one name. Give me one name.
Rodri.
I said it last night, and I said it. Do you know why? And because my mate was going, he was saying, "Oh, but you know, Foden," and he said Rice has been better than Rodri. I said, "Look, Rodri, he doesn't have dips. He is."
The worst game I've seen Rodri play was Palace at the weekend because he made one mistake and they almost scored.
Not one player in the Premier League has got the win rate of Rodri. Not one player comes out of his team's side and that team goes from being like a 70% win to like a 25-30% win. There is not one player that has the same impact on what is an admittedly pretty good team as Rodri. So it has 100%. To be Rodri.
100%. So for me,
I can't deny that either, guys. I'll go. My player of the year today, right now, would be Rodri.
Really, not even Foden.
I think Foden's close, but I think Cole Palmer's close. I think Ollie Watkins is close. But
I think what should matter. They always do player of the year around this time of the year, don't they? And it's wrong because the running is where the rubber meets the road, or where Arsenal generally toss it off and realise who they are once they've looked in the mirror. So I think the last 7 games are vital. Who's going to have the ability to stand up and see their team over the line? I think that should weigh heavy on whether or not you're player of the year. So
for the teams that are fighting relegation and the teams that are going for something at the top of the league, these are the hardest games, hardest moments, because you're not going into it fearless without thinking about anything. There's so much riding on it that pressure breeds a different type of approach to a game for players. In game pressure, the feeling of a 5-yard ball is very different to a game on the first, second, third, fourth day of the season when there's nothing riding on it really at that time. It's so different. I see people when the pressure's on who used to walk out with their chest out, or they'd be asking for the ball every moment. Not as much when it's them, whether it's relegation times or fighting for trophies. Some players grow and get better. But you look at it right now, like the Rodris, Fodens, De Bruyne's, they grow. They've been here before. They've seen it. At this moment in time, Odegaard looks to be one of them at the moment as well. Do you know what I mean? But Havertz is coming to the fore. Like there's players, the 2 centre halves at Arsenal are doing that, but some players don't necessarily do that. So we'll see. I agree. We should be doing, because it's so digital, the digital world now. We could do that vote on the last day of the season after the last game.
I think it's to get the players as well in the back, because obviously I'm part of the Football Writers Association, and I'm going to be interviewing the winner. Yeah, I'm going to be interviewing the winner, whoever that is. So
when it's Foden.
I'm gonna. Yeah. The funny thing is, if I did my vote 2 weeks ago, it would have been Foden. If I do it now, it's Rodri. It's so hard to tell because that could change again in a week.
But that's my point. Because we live in a digital world now, before you're waiting on the Royal Mail to deliver all of the votes. Now, you could do it via one person going in the training ground, collating all the players' votes, bang of a button, email, bang, it's done. Do you know what I mean? Or go on an app. Every player has to go on the app. If you don't, you get fined. Every player votes on the last day of the season. It's simple. It's not hard. Someone counts it up. It's done in 24 hours. Simple.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, no,
Anyway, I've got to run, guys. I've got to go and shape up my beard before I work this week.
Rio, I'm going to be watching a game and creating content, but bro, be very careful what you're saying on TNT Sports. Like, I want you to go viral for the right reasons this week. Make sure you give my team props.
What did I go viral for? What was the wrong reason then? Tell me what the wrong reason I went viral for.
Because do you know what it is? You and Anton, like, you just seem to,
No. I asked you, what do I go viral for? Answer the question, please.
You go viral for every time you speak about Arsenal.
Yeah, but why? What was I wrong?
Went a bit viral last week talking about United with Nev.
Yeah. But was that?
That was good, by the way. That overlap interview was good as well, by the way. Just letting you know.
Shout out the boys on the overlap, man. The only problem was I got to put a video out because the way they treated me when I got there weren't right. The video's dropping soon. Really? Yeah, man. I'm making my own coffee. No, I couldn't fucking believe it, man. Out of order.
No way.
Put it in here now. Put it in here. Bang.
Just here at the overlap, stick to football. You can hear the guys behind me. Can you see them behind me there? See right there. I'm making my own fucking coffee. Come all the way from London to Manchester and I'm making my own coffee. Not even offered a glass of water. Hospitality, 0 out of 10 so far. No food. I requested food, no food. Doing my own coffee. It's a joke. He's just offered me a coffee now, see me doing it. No, he hasn't. He's just come to get himself some mini rolls. This is a wind-up, this. Absolute wind-up. I've not even got a spoon. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, I'll do it, mate. This is how it started. I wonder how it's going to finish here.
Yeah.
Are we getting him on ours or what? We're bringing him.
He's coming on. Him and Jamie are coming on when we want them. We just got to decide when we want them to come on.
Oh, that's wicked.
So we just have a conversation and decide when we want them to come on. What's a good time for us?
Awesome stuff. Thank you, Rio. Thank you, Steve. Really appreciate your
Stay tuned, by the way, guys. We got some big guys coming on next. We got someone that's Joel has to apologise to, maybe. We've got a big German legend hopefully coming on before the end of the season, among many others. So let's go, man.
For sure. Keep on watching and we'll see you soon. Peace.